Kirk and Rasheeda Buckner Frost were once one of the most talked about couples in the entertainment world. Their relationship, shown on the reality TV series Love and Hip Hop, had its fair share of ups and downs. Love, drama, betrayal, and ambition were all part of their journey. However, recent events have taken a dramatic turn, sending shockwaves through their fan base and turning their once private relationship into a public scandal. What had started as a typical evening for the Frost family would soon spiral into an unforgettable moment, one that would change their lives forever. It all started when neighbors called 911 to report a domestic disturbance at the Frost residence. When the police arrived, they found a tense situation unfolding. What began as a simple disagreement about routine household matters quickly escalated into an intense argument. Shouting and hurtful words were exchanged between Kirk and Rasheeda. The officers quickly assessed the situation, spoke with both parties, and decided to detain Kirk. As the news of the incident broke, it caused an uproar among their fans, many of whom had been following the couple through their highs and lows on social media. Rasheeda was visibly shaken, her eyes swollen from crying. Fans expressed their shock, anxiety, and sadness as they watched one of their favorite couples face such a serious crisis. In the wake of the incident, Rasheeda shared her feelings on social media, posting a passionate message to her followers. She explained that she never imagined she would be in this position, and that what happened was not just a moment of anger, but the result of years of unresolved issues in their relationship. The post included a photo of her that showed both strength and vulnerability, reflecting the whirlwind of emotions she was feeling. It was clear that the pressure of living under the constant scrutiny of reality television had taken its toll on her, and the public seemed to be following her every move. As more details about the situation emerged, celebrity insiders began speculating about the impact of fame on personal lives. The constant pressure to maintain a perfect image while struggling with personal demons can create intense emotional turmoil. Despite their differences, many people rallied behind Rasheeda, urging her to prioritize her safety and well-being. Some fans even expressed their loyalty to Kirk, asking others to show understanding and empathy for the difficult situation he was going through. Rasheeda, meanwhile, turned to her close friends and family for support as she tried to make sense of everything that had happened. In the midst of the chaos, Rasheeda spent a lot of time reflecting on her marriage. She thought about the years they had been together, considering the good moments, the bad moments, and everything in between. As she looked back, she realized that their relationship had been full of contradictions, times of love and happiness, followed by moments of betrayal and disappointment. However, she also came to understand that the truth was far more complex than it seemed at first glance. Meanwhile, Kirk was left to deal with the consequences of the incident. As he prepared for his upcoming court hearing, he was filled with feelings of sorrow, confusion, and regret. "I love Rasheeda, and I want to make things right," he said, but the path to reconciliation was unclear. He couldn't understand how they had gotten to this point. On the day of the hearing, friends and supporters speculated about the potential outcomes, wondering whether Kirk would take responsibility for his actions and whether he and Rasheeda could move past this. Rasheeda, according to those close to her, was weighing her options. She was considering what life without Kirk might look like and whether it was possible to move forward, both personally and professionally. The tension between them was palpable, and the public was watching closely. As time went on, the situation became even more complicated. Both Kirk and Rasheeda were now facing personal and professional challenges that would test the very foundation of their relationship. In a shocking turn of events, Kirk made an announcement that sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. He revealed that Rasheeda was suspected of stealing $9 million from their joint business ventures. This wasn't just a rumor, it was a reality that he had been struggling with for some time. "I trusted her," Kirk said emotionally. "But learning that she has been stealing from us feels like a betrayal on so many levels." The revelation was staggering. Kirk reflected on the early days of their relationship and their business partnership. Together, they had worked hard to build an empire in the music industry. Over the years, their brand had expanded into fashion and lifestyle, and they had become a powerful couple in the industry. But as their business grew, so did their problems. At first, Kirk thought the financial discrepancies were just mistakes or simple accounting errors. But as time went on, he noticed more and more serious inconsistencies in their finances. It was like watching their business fall apart piece by piece. "I thought it was just poor management," he said. "But when I started seeing transfers that didn't make sense, I knew something was wrong." Determined to get to the bottom of the situation, Kirk hired a forensic accountant to look into their finances. When the report came back, it was a punch to the gut. Rasheeda was involved in unauthorized withdrawals and secretive transactions. The findings painted a disturbing picture of betrayal and dishonesty. Kirk's heart sank as he read the report. "This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me," he said, his voice heavy with disbelief. The news spread quickly, and social media erupted with reactions. Fans were in shock, unable to process the magnitude of what was happening. They had followed Kirk and Rasheeda through their struggles and triumphs, and now their entire relationship seemed to be unraveling before their eyes. Kirk found it hard to believe that the person he had trusted the most could betray him in such a way. He had poured his heart and soul into building their brand, and the idea that Rasheeda had been taking money from their business was devastating. "I never imagined it would come to this," he said. "It feels like I'm losing not just a business partner, but also a friend." As Kirk sat in his studio, surrounded by memories of their shared ambitions, Rasheeda remained silent. Her lack of response only fueled the speculation. "I need answers," Kirk declared, his anger rising. He was determined to find out why Rasheeda had done this and what her motives had been. The loss wasn't just about money, it was about trust, integrity, and respect. Kirk knew that he had to act fast. This betrayal had deep consequences, both personally and professionally. The future of their business, their marriage, and their public image were all at stake. "We built this empire together," Kirk said. "I deserve to know why she did this and how she thought she could get away with it." The fallout from Kirk's revelation would have far-reaching consequences. It was clear that their personal and professional lives would never be the same again. Legal repercussions seemed inevitable, and the couple's future, both together and apart, was uncertain. As the drama continued to unfold, the public remained captivated by the twists and turns in Kirk and Rasheeda's story. Behind the glitz and glamour of reality TV, there was a real-life drama of love, betrayal, and the search for answers. Despite the tension and anger, Kirk was determined to see things through to the end. "I owe it to our legacy and to myself to fight for what's right," he said. As the months passed, the struggle between betrayal and love only intensified. Rasheeda's confession of her actions weighed heavily on Kirk, and their conversations were filled with tension. "You really did it," Kirk whispered in disbelief. Rasheeda, arms crossed, stared at him coldly. "You think you're the only one who can have fun?" She shot back. "I didn't come here to blame anyone." The conversation turned into an emotional exchange, with both sides expressing their hurt and anger. Kirk was stunned, feeling as though he had been betrayed in the worst possible way. "I thought we were building something real," he said. "But you made me look like a fool." Rasheeda, her voice shaking, admitted that she was tired of always being the one to put up with everything. She had hoped Kirk would change, but he never did. "I thought I could handle things on my own," she said softly. "I didn't mean to hurt you." Kirk's frustration continued to grow. "Why didn't you just tell me what you were feeling?" he asked. "Why did you feel the need to cheat back?" The tension between them was palpable, and both struggled to find the words to explain their pain. They had reached a breaking point, unsure of what would come next. "I never wanted to hurt you," Kirk said, his voice finally breaking. "But we can't move forward with half-truths and silence." In the end, they both realized that their relationship was not built on trust or honesty. They had tried to build something real, but it had fallen apart. As Kirk and Rasheeda stood facing each other, it was clear that their future together was uncertain. The pain of betrayal and the desire for reconciliation created a complex web of emotions that neither of them fully understood. Their story, once a symbol of love and ambition, had become a cautionary tale about trust, loyalty, and the consequences of betrayal. As they faced the uncertain road ahead, one thing was clear: they would never be the same again.